Low-key, Forge is the most giving X-Man. People always come to him for something that they need, and Forge always obliges. So when Mystique asks Forge for a weapon that will make an impression, Forge says, well, the problem is you told that to a creative person like me, and I can take it any number of ways. Because there's blowing stuff up, and then there's sowing raised earth with salt so that life never comes from it again. So how big of an impression are you trying to make? That's how specific and dangerous Forge is when you ask him to create something. Let's not forget, when Tony Stark stopped making weapons for the government, this is the man that picked up the contract. But he's a different person now. And I love this scene between Mystique and Forge because she asks him, how do you sleep at night with all these guns and shit? And Forge is like, I sleep fine. And we get this glimpse into Forge's mind on how he perceives the things he creates. Forge is like, think of a stick. You can craft and create something, or you can beat a man to death. It's a simple and human argument, I know, but that's how I see it. All the glorious things mankind made, genetic engineering, atomic energy, they take a useful tool and they find a way to use it for destruction. Their destruction and our destruction. That's what humans do. And then they lie to themselves about it, saying they had such good intentions for it at the start. When Forge makes something, he doesn't lie like humans do. He makes it for a singular function and purpose, weapon or tool. Which brings us back to the stick. In the end, it's not the instrument. It's on the person holding the instrument. The kind of person they are. Forge then tells Mystique the worst weapon he ever made was a gun that turned us, mutants, into them, humans. Forge takes accountability for the shit he creates. And when Mr. Sinister snuck his DNA into Quiet Council members, Forge offered to help Storm, the love of his life, that was affected by that very gun that was the worst thing he ever created, with the recovery project for getting Sinister's DNA out of the Quiet Council members. He tells Storm, you know I got experience cleaning up science when it goes bad. It'll be nice to clean up somebody else's mess for a change. And Storm says, I smiled a ray of light through a storm cloud. Sometimes it's easy to remember why we were together. When the Brood showed up and were running wild because Brood lost control of them, Forge was there to offer a solution that didn't involve killing them as well. Forge is way more than just an inventor for the X-Men. He's also a problem solver. And it's been great getting to see him have that role in this era of Krakoa.